Hello, everyone that is tuned in to BarhamTalks. BarhamTalks is a podcast on Anchor where we talk deep about mental health and anything to do with our mental health. Whatever that tries to come in between there, we always kick it out. Thank you for tuning in and welcome to BarhamTalks. And don't forget that this podcast is available on Anchor and on all other podcast listening platforms. You can just do a Google search and you can get that podcast anywhere at any time. So you tune in and listen to every episode, and if it blesses you, you share it with your friends, your family members. Today's podcast, we are going to be talking about the power of letting go. Sometimes there is when we find ourselves in situations where we can't handle. Some situations are very hard for us, and the power of letting go is very important because sometimes you just don't need to give up, but you just need to let go. Every time you find yourself in a situation where you're forcing things, you need to ask yourself if it is worth it. I remember when I was still young and growing up, my dad told me that once you force things, I will quote him well. He said, "Do not force life, because when you force life becomes hard for you." In a situation when you find yourself forcing things around you, you're forcing friendships, you're forcing relationships, you are forcing anything in your life, just know that you are on the verge of losing yourself. Therefore, most of the times when you find yourself in that situation, all you need to do is to first calm down. In a situation when everything seems to be chaotic, when everything seems to be violent, in that situation, you don't need to find your way through. Sometimes all you need is to take a step back and first learn and understand the situation at hand. And then look on the way how you are going to penetrate through the situation. I remember back in the days of lockdown, our president used to say that during the days of the war, whenever the chaos was too much, whenever there was too much noise all around, and it was so hard to detect the enemy, or who is not the enemy, they used to go rogue and they used to cease fire. And in the way of doing that, in the way of ceasing fire, it is when you would learn the situation, understand the situation at hand, and know where the enemy is and how they are going to tackle the enemy. So sometimes when everything seems to be loud in your life, what you need to do is not to go through the loud in the crowd. What you need to do is first step back, understand the situation, and when you've understand the situation, then you can take another action to thrive slow. What I'm trying to say is, there is a time when in life you find yourself forcing certain things. It may be a relationship today that you're in, and you're finding yourself in a situation where you are telling yourself that it is going to work out. My friend, why are you stressing yourself? Because sometimes certain situations can never be changed by forcing them. Yes, you can force yourself onto someone as long as you want. But believe me, no matter how you do that, no matter for how long, if those people weren't meant to be in your life, they will never be. And something you should understand, and this is the hard truth, you need to understand and you need to take in and understand that even if you force yourself onto someone, if it is not meant to work out, it is not going to work out. Therefore, if you are in a situation, in a relationship, in a friendship, anywhere in life, it can be on your workplace, it can be even in your family, and you're finding yourself forcing yourself onto these things, trying to find a place in people's hearts and in people's lives, my friend, you need to first take a step back. You need to first learn the situation and ask yourself, am I appreciated here? Do these people really care about me? And if they really care about you, You're not going to force yourself or force anything. Because if you find yourself forcing things, then that means the energy from the other parties is not mutual. Or maybe what you need to understand is that these people, sometimes when you find yourself forcing yourself onto them, they are also having things that are troubling them. And they're having things that are actually haunting them in one way or another. And maybe these people don't want to talk about such situation or certain things. And then you need to understand that maybe they need a break. Therefore, all you need to do is to take a step back and understand the situation. Trust me, if someone doesn't want to talk to you at the moment, maybe they are going through something. For example, in a relationship, maybe they are going through something and they don't want to talk about it. And you find yourself forcing things, and you're forcing your way into their lives. Keep quiet. Look, communication is very important in every situation and in every relationship. This is something that everybody should understand, and it is not supposed to be forced. And it is something that is mutual and natural, that can never be forced. It always happens naturally. And when someone is going through something, you will come and tell him, hey, I'm going through something and I don't feel like I want to talk about it, but all I want is some silence so that I can figure this out. And maybe when these people are in a good shape to talk about whatever they've been going through, and the reason why they've been silent, the reason why they've been unavailable, they will eventually come along. And if these people are not really meant to be there, they are not going to stay. They will go forever. And one thing you need to understand is what is not meant for you, no matter how you force yourself into it, it will never be for you. It will never come along. That is how life is, and we need to understand that. Now, what is not meant for you, it is not meant for you. No matter how you force yourself onto it, it is not going to be for you. Therefore, why force yourself on the things that are not meant for you? Just let go. Go through the healing process, because I understand sometimes we love the people that don't really love us back, and it happens pretty much in life. And it is not a crime. It is not a crime to love somebody that doesn't love you back. But if those people can't love you, you can't force them to love you. And sometimes in life, we have to let go of the things that we love for our own mental health, for our own good. Therefore, at a time when you find yourself in a situation where you can never change a situation, then you gotta let it go. And when you let go, life becomes easy for you. I go back to the core and to what I started with, what my dad told me. Do not force life, because when you force life, life becomes hard for you. You might ask yourself a question: how do I know that these people are not really meant for me? Like I said, when you find yourself forcing things and forcing yourself onto people, sometimes all you need to understand is that actually these people want you in their lives. Because someone that really wants you in their life, they will give you time. They will give you attention. They will communicate. They will tell you whatever that is going on in their lives. Even to the smallest details, the smallest things in their lives. Because you know that they are the smallest things that matter. They will always tell you those things to make you understand, because they care about you. They care about what you think. They care about your opinions in their lives. Do not force life, because when you force life, it becomes hard for you. Thank you for tuning in. It has been Theo's Gracious Mom, and if this is your first time to tune in, praise. Go down and scroll and listen to all our other episodes in your time, in your free time, whenever you want, whenever you're free. And when any episode blesses you and touches you, then you can share it to your friends, your loved ones, and anyone that you care about. See y'all.